All right, let's get this game started. It is spooky season. It is October. There is nothing better in October than a nice, crisp pumpkin beer. I will be drinking this pumpkin beer. I have it in my special, I don't know if you can see it, Shipyard Pumpkinhead Ale, Shipyard Brewing Company Pumpkinhead Ale glass. And I am drinking Shipyard Brewing Company Pumpkinhead Ale. Whenever I find this stuff down here in Florida, of course this is from when I lived in Maine, I became a huge fan of this brewing company, and their Pumpkinhead Ale is one of my all-time favorites. So whenever I can find it in Florida, I buy it up. I was able to find some, and we are going to be drinking that. All right, let's go. All right, so we get to start, and phase one is the hero phase. So we get to move the heroes. I'm just going to start here and go this way. You know what? I'm going to use Dracula as an indicator of whose turn it is, just to kind of remind me. Sometimes when I play these co-op games, multiple players, I get confused. So hopefully that's going to help. All right. Let's start with the scientist, and she is down here in the Institute. So one of the actions that I can do, of course, is to pick up any number of items in your space. I'm going to go ahead. She's right here. There's 3 items. I'm going to pick up 3 items right now. I'm going to put them down here in her area. All right, that's number 1. She gets 4 actions. They're her special ability we can use as an action, of course. We could use the perk at any time, but then we'd have to discard it. I'm going to hold on to that. That's a pretty good one, skipping the next monster phase. You may add 1 strength to any item you use. That's nice, too. All right, so she's moved 1. And blue is for the bride. I'm going to move her 2. I'm going to pick up another one. 3. And 4. I'm going to move her to the shop here. Her turn is done. After the hero phase, we go to the monster phase. So just to recap, I picked up items. Movement is 1, 2, 3. Oh, I picked up 1 in the laboratory and then 4. All right, she's done. Next, we draw a card for the monsters. We are now on the monster phase. And the first monster card has a 2 on the top. That means we draw 2 items from the item bag and place them on the board. Do that first. Here's 1 and 2. We got the barn. It's a rifle, 6. That's pretty strong. And a knife at the docks for 3 points. The points can come in handy when you're trying to do certain things. For instance, defeating the Invisible Man. After we do all of the advanced things, we have to defeat him with 9 points worth of items. And it looks like red ones, so that's a good one right there. 6 and 4 right there. Just those 2 alone would do it for us. All right, so 2. Now we move down. This has a symbol here that is the symbol for the Wolfman. We are not playing the Wolfman, so we can ignore this bit of text there. We go down to the bottom and we activate monsters. So we first activate the creature from the Black Lagoon, and we get to move the creature 1 location, and then he can attack if there's someone there with 2 dice. When the creatures move, they will move towards the closest person, either hero or villager. Right now, we don't really have any heroes or villagers, but we don't have any villagers, but the closest hero is right here. If I go along the river, I can go, well, we gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter. Let's go here. 1. There's nobody there, so he's not going to attack. Next is Dracula. We're not using Dracula. We're not fighting Dracula. So we don't have to activate Dracula. And then next is the Frenzy marker. So we have to activate the Frenzied marker. Now our marker, the Frenzy marker, starts off on the lowest numbered Frenzy indicator for the monster that you're playing against. Ours is Frankenstein and the Bride. Now, usually you would activate whatever the monster is with the Frenzy, but in this case, only Frankenstein moves whenever their Frenzy marker comes off. So, Frankenstein is going to move 1 towards the closest, and we've got the professor right here is only 2 away. Frankenstein is going to move 1. There's no one there for him to fight, so that card is done. Let's discard this one. Real quick. We have to defeat, to win the game, we have to defeat all of these monsters on the board to save the villagers from the town. The monsters can win the game by moving this indicator all the way to the end. I'll show you how that is done. Or if we go through all of the monster cards in the monster deck. If we use all the cards before we've defeated the monsters, we lose. All right, next is the hero phase. And we get to do the professor. The professor has 4 actions, and he can move any hero or villager 1 space. That's not bad. But, all right, I know what he's going to do. He's going to move 1 as a move an adjacent space, taking any number of villagers with you. He's going to pick up the crucifix for turn 2. Turn 3, he is going to teach the monster a lesson. He's going to play a yellow because the yellow indicator is on Frankenstein. In Frankenstein's space, use a yellow item, or in the bride space, a blue item. Increase the monster's humanity by the item's strength and move the monster that many spaces. So I'm going to use this item. It's 4. I'm just going to discard it over here for now. We get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get to move the monster 4 spaces away. Let's move the monster 1, 2, 3, 4, as far away as we can get him. All right, the professor's done 3 actions. He has 1 more action. Let's go ahead and move him. I'm nervous about him. He's only a couple away. I'm gonna move him back to the hospital just to be safe for now. And his turn is over. His perk is place the creature in any space or move any monster 3 spaces. So the creature, of course, is the creature from the Black Lagoon. I could have moved him, but right now I'm still going to hold on to that because that's pretty good. That's a pretty darn good perk. All right, we're on the monster phase. Oh, I didn't even move Dracula. Dracula, you're down here. All right, 3 items. We get to draw 3 items from the item bag. You can see you can really start filling up the board really quickly with items. 2. Let's get down here in this other corner down here. And 3. What do we have? We have the laboratory, an experiment for 2. Laboratory's right here. We have the camp, Wolf's Bane, which is 4. That's pretty good. And telescope in the mansion. And the mansion's right up here. That's for 2. All right. Next, the innocent. Place Maria at the barn. Well, Maria's right here, and she's going to go up here in the barn. Now, she wants to go to the camp, so we need to move her to the camp to save her. If she gets caught and gets defeated by a monster, that will affect our damage track and our horror track and move it up 1. So one of the goals is to try to save as many villagers as we can. Next, we get to activate Frankenstein. He gets to move 1 and attack for 3. Well, everyone's over here. He's going to move 1 here. That's the only place he can move. Watch out, Frank. All right. Next is the bride. She gets to move 1. She's going to move down this way towards Maria to the tower. And then the frenzied monster gets to move. Luckily, we don't move the bride when we move her frenzy. We only move Frankenstein, and we move him 1 more space. He's going to move this way. It's the only way he can move out of there to the mansion. And that's it. Monster turn is done. You see, you can cycle through these monster cards pretty darn fast once you get playing. All right, next, it's the scientist's turn. All right, what is she going to do? Well, she's in the shop. We really would like to get Maria to the camp. Maria's pretty strong, but I want to get up there and try to help her and protect her. Because if the monster moves into an area that just has a villager, it's going to attack the villager. But if it moves into an area that has a villager and a hero, it will attack the hero. So let's just move her 1, 2, 3. And as her 4th action, she's going to pick up the rifle and the pitchfork. She's got a lot of items going already. All right, that's the end of her turn. Now, the monsters get a turn. 0. So we're adding 0 new items to the board. And the indicator is, of course, the creature from Black Lagoon. It says retreat. Place the creature at the waterfront. Well, the creature goes all the way over here to the waterfront. Next, we activate the Wolfman. He's not playing. And we get to activate the bride. Good thing we went up there. Oh, she's only moving 1, so she's going to move closer towards them. No one's there. She doesn't get to attack. And then the frenzied monster. The frenzied monster is Frankenstein. And he gets to move 1. And I think he's going to go towards the professor. Professor. And he moves there. No one's there. No attacks. Not too bad so far, guys. I need to take a drink already. All right. Next is the professor's turn. He can use his special actions as many times as he wants. He has 4 actions. I think that's what he's going to do. The professor is going to use all 4 actions. It says move any hero or villager 1 space. Oh, he can move the villager. So he's going to move the villager 1, 2, 3, 4 to the camp. The villager gets saved. So when you save a villager, you take the villager off the map and he gets a perk. His new perk is Special Delivery. A hero may give any number of items to one other hero, no matter where they are. Whoa. That's a good perk. Professor's looking pretty good here. All right, he used all 4 of his turns. Now it's the monster's turn again. 3 items. All right, Tad, come on. What are you going to get me? There's 2 and 3. Another pitchfork for the barn. A torch for the barn. Those are 4 and 5. Man, those are strong items. And another experiment for the laboratory for 2 points. Next, oh, this says on the move. Move the frenzy marker to the next monster. Move each villager 1 space towards their safe location. Well, we have no villagers, so we don't have to worry about that. But we get to move the frenzy marker from Frankenstein and the Bride over to the creature from the Black Lagoon. Awesome. And now the frenzied monster moves. Oh, he moves 3. 3 is a lot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's do that. Let's move 1. Oh, he can get to her. 1, 2, 3. He made it to the barn. He's going to attack the scientist, and he gets to roll 2 dice. All right. Let's see what we get here. Get that out of the way. All right, let's see what we get here. Oh, no, 2. So, this symbol is a hit. So he's attacked twice, and he's hit her twice. Now, she could take a hit. If she takes 1 hit, she gets defeated. She gets removed from the board. She comes down here, and on her next turn, she enters the game in the hospital, but she does get to use all her complement of actions. I don't know that I want to do that. I think what I want to do is she can also use items per damage she takes. So if she discarded 2 of these items, she would be able to not take any damage from the monster. And I think she's going to do that. She's going to get rid of these 2 here from the Institute, the anatomy text, and the analysis. Not very strong. They are blue, which could help with the bride, but she's got 4. So she utilized 2 items to fend off the attack of the creature from the Black Lagoon. The monster's turn is over. And now we're going back up to the scientist. Now it's her turn. I think what she's going to do is use 1 action to pick up these items. I think then she's going to move 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so she's at the precinct, the barn, the institute, and the laboratory. She wants, also she can pick up the precinct. I don't need that. All right, I'm thinking of, because Frank is down here, well, he's no longer frenzied, but he could come and attack him, and he has no items. But red really doesn't help. But she could transfer. She's going to do it just to help. We're going to go ahead and use this special ability. And this is a perk. Special delivery. A hero may give any number of items to one other hero, no matter where they are. So the scientist is going to give 3 of her items to the professor. Unfortunately, we have to discard that perk. That's all right. We can use them anytime during a hero's phase. All right, now her phase is done. Now we're in the monster phase. Monster, 3 items. All right, what do we have here? 1, 2, and 3. We really haven't gotten to do anything to these monsters yet. All right, we get a charm for 4 at the camp. We get a silver cane at the shop for 6. That's a good one. And at the museum, we get a canopic jar. Where's the museum? Right here for 3. Next, Egyptian expert. Place Professor Pearson at the cave. Professor Pearson at the cave. Where is the cave? Cave is way up here. All right, next, the mummy gets to move. We're not playing with the mummy. And then the frenzied monster, who is the creature from the Black Lagoon, gets to move 2 and attack for 2. He's going to move towards the scientists, 1 and 2. All right, that's the end of the monster's turn. And now we're down here to the professor. What is the professor going to do? I think I'm going to move him one, 2, 3, 4. And once again, he's going to use his perk. It says move any monster 3 spaces. He's going to move the creature 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3 over here to the docks. All right, now it's the monster's turn. 3 items from the item bag. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Come on, Tad. 3. Well, we have the precinct. We have a pistol for 6. 2 pistols up there now. The abbey, we get a stake for 3. And in the tower, we get the cosmic ray diffuser in the tower for 3. Next, former employer. Place Dr. Cranley at the laboratory. Dr. Cranley, paging Dr. Cranley, is down here at the laboratory. He wants to go to the precinct. Professor Pearson wants to go to the museum. So he wants to go all the way up here, and he, of course, wants to go down here. All right, next, move the invisible man. He gets to move 1. He'll move towards the scientist. And then the frenzied monster, the creature, gets to move 1. He's going to move, well, he could move, he's going to move closer towards her. He's going to move to the tower. That's it for the monsters. All right, next is the scientist. For her first turn, she's going to pick up both guns. 1. Then 2, she's going to play the barn. She's in the precinct, so she can solve by placing a yellow, red, or blue on a spot that matches the item location for the invisible man. There is a barn location. She's going to place that there. That's her second action. Her third action, she's going to place an institute on the institute location. And for her fourth, she's going to place the laboratory on the laboratory. That is a pretty good move there for the scientist, and she is done. I'm thinking of going ahead and using this. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to use her perk. It says Break of Dawn, skip the next monster phase, and draw and place 2 items from the item bag. So we're going to skip the monster phase this turn. It's going to be the professor's turn, but we are also going to draw and add 2 more items to the board. And we have wine for the church, of course, and a violin for the camp. Nice. And where's the church? The church, the church. Take me to church, right there. All right, skipping monster phase, we're on to the professor. I think the professor is going to move to the camp for 1. He's going to pick up all these items for 2. And he's going to start using some of these items to solve the boat to help defeat the creature. He has red and yellow items. If he uses a yellow item for his second action, choose the violin, we get to move the boat to the yellow X. That's his second action. His third action, he's going to use another yellow item to move. They skip right over all these to the next yellow. And for his last turn, he's going to use another yellow item and move the boat all the way over here. Not bad, Professor. Let's hope these monsters don't come and attack us, but we do have some defense, so that's not bad. So the Professor's turn is over. Oh, this is going to make me nervous because we got villagers just hanging out here. Monster phase. 3 items. And we have 1, 2, and 3. Oh, 1 of each. All right, the Institute. We have analysis for 2. The camp. We have Wolf's Bane for 4. And on the graveyard, we have a shovel for 2. Next, the Enthralled. Place Lucy at the theater. Oh no, we're gonna get in some trouble here. Lucy's at the theater with the bride. Hopefully we don't. I think we're gonna get lucky. Let's see. So next we activate Dracula. We're not playing with Dracula, and then the frenzied monster. And the frenzied monster is the creature. Moves 2 though, and yeah, it's going to move to the theater. It's going to attack Lucy for 1 die. Blank. He misses. I don't know. Her beauty must have gotten his vision, and he took a swing at her and missed. Totally missed. That was lucky. That was a miss, and that's the end of the monster turn. And now we're at the scientist's turn. Now, what is she going to do? Lucy needs to get to the mansion. Where is the mansion? The mansion's over here. 1, 2, 3. She's only 3 away. You may add 1 string. So she gets to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come down here. She's gonna go 1, 2. Then she's going to move 3, 4. She's gonna pick up Lucy and carry her onto the bridge. That's it. Her turn is done. It's a monster turn again. Here we go. 3 items. Oh no. Not good. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we have a searchlight at the precinct for 2. We have a knife at the docks for 3, and a rapier at the theater for 5. On the move again, move the frenzy marker to the next monster. Move each villager 1 space towards their safe location. Frenzy marker is now going to the invisible man. We get to move each one space to their. So Lucy gets to go to the mansion, and she gets saved. So it's scientist's turn. She gets a perk card. Thank you. Overstock. Each player draws and places one item from the item bag. Not the greatest perk. Next, we have to move the Professor Pearson, one closer, so he's going to move to the camp. That's not bad. And Dr. Cranley is moving one towards the precinct. He's going to move to the shop. They're pretty vulnerable now. And now we get to activate the new frenzied monster, which is the Invisible Man. And he's moving 3. Of course, he's going to move right here to the scientist, and he gets to attack this scientist with 2 dice. And 2. Again, she's going to go ahead and use both. She does not want to take any damage. All right, she gets to block those. Awesome. Monster's turn is done. And now it is the Professor's turn. He can save some people. He's got to go to the precinct. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got to go to the museum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who does he want to save? Well, Dr. Cranley's just hanging out here. At least Professor Pearson is with the Professor, and he's got some items to protect him. So we're going to move Dr. Cranley. We're going to use all 4 actions to move any hero or villager 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dr. Cranley gets saved, and he gets a perk card. Awesome. It's Taxi Ride. Place a hero in any non-water space. That's pretty cool. He's a frenzied monster. I'm worried for her. Let's go ahead and use that. Place a hero in any non-water space. So he's going to use that. And what do we want to do? She has no items. She needs some items. Let's go ahead, and we need some blue items. Let's move her over here to the laboratory. All right. Monster phase. 3 items. All right. 1, 2, and 3. All right, we've got some a spear gun at the Institute for 4. We've got research at the tower for 2, and we have tablet at the museum for 3. Next, fortune teller. Place Maliva at the camp. So where are you, Maliva? Maliva is at the camp. Wow, they're piling up here on the Professor. They must like the Professor. Now she wants to go to the shop, which is over, where's the shop? Down here. So Professor Pearson wants to go to the museum, which is here, and Maliva wants to go to the shop, which is here. Next, the Wolfman gets to go. We're not playing with Wolfman. And the Frenzy gets to go, which is the Invisible Man. He moves 1 and attacks with 2 dice. He is going to go to the camp. And he's going to attack. Now, when you're attacking, if there's a hero, they attack the hero first. He's got some defense. 2 dice. Oh my gosh, I'm rolling horrible. Well, 2 attacks. He's not going to take any damage. He's going to get rid of these 2 of these. Wow. 5 and 4 points. That kind of sucks. That's all right. All right. Next is the scientist's turn. That is over. Each player draws and places 1 item. That's not really any big deal. 1 strength. All right, it's her turn. What is she going to do? She is going to pick up for 1 She's going to move 2. She's going to pick up for 3. And for her 4th action, she's going to go ahead and use her perk. Well, that's not an action. She can do that for free. So 4th action, she's going to move back to the laboratory. She's going to use her perk. May as well. It doesn't really do much. Each player draws and places 1 item from the item bag. We have 2 players. So we're going to draw 1 and 2. We have the torch. Goes to the barn for 5. And we have fire poker goes to the mansion. Where's the mansion? For 3. All right. Now it's the monster's turn. 0 items are going to be placed. And it's the creature from Black Lagoon. It says retreat. Place the creature at the lagoon. Wow, that moves him 1 closer, actually. Not good. Next, the Wolfman. Then the bride gets to move 1. She's 1, 2, 3 away from here. 1, 2, 3 away from here. Oh, she only moving 1. All right, so she's equidistant from both heroes, and I don't want her to get any closer to Frankenstein, because if they meet before they have each become human, it's not a good thing. So, but if I move her 1 here, then she's only 2 away from Frank. If I move her 1 here, she's 1, 2, 3 away from Frank. So I'm going to move her here. I get to choose. Then, oh geez, frenzy marker. So the Invisible Man doesn't have to move because he's already on the space with a hero, but he gets to attack with 3 this time. This does not look good. Come on. Are you kidding me? He did 3 damage. So the good thing is I'm not going to use the item to block him, because he's still going, that's only going to block 1. He's still going to defeat the professor. So I'm not going to waste that. And the other 2 extra hits do not roll over to the villagers. So I'm going to take the hit. That's going to increase to 1. The professor gets defeated and goes off the board. Unfortunately, no one is defending them right now. But the good thing is that's the end of the monster phase. So we get to go to the hero phase. And the next phase is the professor. He gets to come on during his turn at the hospital and use his full action points. Move any hero or villager 1 space. He wants to go to the museum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or to the shop. 1, 2, 3. You can't make it to the shop. We may be getting more damage. But I'm going to go ahead and use my all four to move a villager. I'm going to move the Professor Pearson to the museum. 1, 2, 3, 4. We save the professor, we get a perk. And the perk is Mob Justice. Choose 1. Place either Frankenstein or the bride in any space, or move any monster 3 spaces. 1. I'm going to go ahead and use this to move any monster 3 spaces. I'm going to move him out of the way. 1, 2, 3 down here to the Abbey. Hopefully we can save Maliva. Alright, that's the end of his turn. Let's do the monster phase, and the monster phase 3 items. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, one of each. Nice. And so we get a centrifuge at the laboratory for 1 point. And we get the dart at the inn for 1, or 2 points. And wine at the church. More wine at the church for 2. Next, insane survivor. Oh no. Place Renfield at the docks. Well, we all know Renfield is crazy. He's going to the docks. Then we activate Dracula. Not there. And we get to activate the frenzied monster, who moves 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, she's way over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he's only moving 2, so he's going to move this way anyways. And that's the end of the monster phase. Not bad. Starting to go through those cards, though, pretty darn quick. And now it's back up to the scientist's turn. We got to start doing some more stuff. Oh, I keep worrying about saving these people. All right. We've got to... Frank is yellow. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4... What is she going to do? I think she's going to go to the tower. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's her turn. And it's monster phase. 2 items. Uh-oh. Oh no. This is not good, guys. 2, it's a fossil at the camp for 3, and nebularium at the tower for 3. But the meeting, move the bride 2 spaces toward Frankenstein. Oh, we're lucky. Oh, wait, 1, 2. They're getting pretty close. Activate creature from the Black Lagoon. He gets to move 2. And he's gonna go right here to Maleev. 1, 2. And he gets to attack Maleev for 1 dice. Come on. Roll blank. And it's a blank. Woo! Missed. Creature is having problems hitting people. Then we've got the Wolfman. He's not in the game. And then the Invisible Man gets to move 2. He's going to move towards the Professor. And he's going to attack with 1. And another miss. That is awesome. Whew! Escaped that one. Alright, it's Professor's turn. Now, the Professor can move any villager 1 space. And she wants to go to shop. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move Maleev. He's going to save her life. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the shop. She gets saved. He gets a perk. Perk is the current player takes 2 additional actions. Ooh. I think he's going to do. I think he's going to do this. He's going to play it. Current player takes 2 additional actions. He's going to go 1, and he's going to pick these up for 2. Whew. Monster turn. 0 items. Dracula, he's not in the game. Oh, but the Invisible Man moves 1 and attacks for 2. But I did grab 2 more items. So I have some defense. He has 1 hit. I'm going to use one of the items. Which item do I want? I'm going to use one of the wines. Next, Frankenstein moves 1 and attacks for 2. Great. 2 hits. Oh, he's going to use 2 items to save himself. And last but not least, the frenzied monster gets to go again, which means he's going to attack for 2 dice again on the professor. Oh, this is our first. Now he has a miss and he has an exclamation point. So when you roll an exclamation point for an attack, you utilize this symbol up here on his card. And it says, Stalk Unseen. Move the invisible man 2 spaces towards the closest villager. And the only villager left on the board is Renfield. We got lucky there. So he's going to go 1, 2 towards Renfield. Nice. And that's it for the monster turn.